Number 31 in the Imprint range is The Bad News Bears from 1976, directed by Michael Ritchie. This is an absolute classic. I love this film. I've always loved it. But do you know what? It's been the longest while since I've seen it. I used to always watch it on TV, but it's a movie that's never on there now. And I kind of wondered, why is it not on there anymore? But after seeing it, you can kind of tell why it's not sort of as prominent as it once was.
You got a hell of a future in pools, kid.
Where you been, you crud? It's been an hour.
Where have I been? I've been out getting what you little creeps have been bitching for, uniforms.
Now we get Walter Matthau, who plays Buttermaker, an ex-ball player, not a big name, who's now cleaning pools and just making ends meet. He gets hired by a local businessman to run a little league team. And help them out, but these guys are all the kind of rejects of the kid world. You know, they're struggling to kind of deal with their own little problems. They have their little team that are just terrible, and he's going to try and make them a better team, kind of, if he can be bothered. He's all just more interested with cracking a beer and just soaking up the sun than actually helping these people become the team that they want to. And that's kind of the crux of this film. The film is all about seeing the pressures that parents put onto their kids, forcing them to do stuff and take life more seriously rather than just having fun. And you get to see it through the eyes of an alcoholic, absent father who is borderline abusive with a lot of these kids.
What's the matter with you? Next time I tell you to do something, goddammit, you do it or else you're off this team.
Now, when you get to the kids, they're incredibly fun. You get Jackie Earle Healy as Leek, the kind of bad boy motorbike riding player who turns out to be a fantastic ball player when he gets the chance. You get all these characters who are using language that's just, you know, dated terribly, but you know, these characters are all incredibly funny and vicious and loudmouth and quick to fight and just enjoyable bad news, pretty much. But I kind of enjoy all the characters in this one.
Is that the way to talk to me? I haven't seen you in 2 or 3 years.
Well, if you're looking for money, you can forget it.
You get Tatum O'Neal as Amanda, which is Buttermaker's daughter, who he kind of reconnects with because he needs a picture, and she is really the best one that he kind of knows because he's trained her on it from a little girl, and together they stand a chance of maybe just working together, forming friendships in a team, and could maybe go all the way to the championship final, possibly, perhaps. The film's terrific. It's terrific because you get the camaraderie of all the characters. It's great because you get a kind of adult who is himself a man-child who's struggling to deal with the realities of adult life, who tries to shirk them and run away from them, and being in amongst these kids forces him to reconnect with his daughter, forces him to look at the way parents are treating their kids, and ultimately makes him really strong and fun decisions throughout the movie. The kids are all wonderfully different and varied and really great. The action's pretty terrific. You know, you get the ball games, you get wrapped up in everything that's going along with it. To see all the interaction between the teams is incredibly fun as they kind of pick on each other. To see the team start to win games and solidify as a unit is terrific. But the best thing about it is the relationship between Buttermaker and his daughter Amanda, and the way that he changes as a person throughout this.
I'm a bum.
No, you're not. You taught me how to pitch. You taught me how to...
God damn it! Can't you get it through your thick head that I don't want your company? If I did, I would have looked you up 2 years ago. I wouldn't have waited 2 goddamn years.
He's not really interested when he starts looking after the team. He slowly grows into it, makes these connections with the kids and with his own daughter, then starts to drive them like the other parents, forcing them to try and win at all costs before ultimately realising that they're kids. We should allow the kids to be kids and just to have fun. It's full language. It is got a certain level of racism throughout it. It's got some really unacceptable parenting skills throughout it as well. It's got a lead character who is permanently drinking and is allowed to hang about these kids while just drinking all day long, and yet it just works tremendously well.
Reggie,
What's this?
we're celebrating.
Why are we celebrating?
Because you should be damn proud of yourself.
I'll drink tap.
It's a time capsule to a time and a place that's long forgotten, but man, it looks kind of fun, this world that they're in. I love The Bad News Bears. It's an incredibly fun movie that finishes in a kind of really fitting way, but unexpected. You expect it to go one way, it doesn't really go there, but it has a happy ending of sorts, and I just utterly love The Bad News Bears. Terrific movie, great addition, looks fantastic. I'm looking forward to going to the commentary next. Absolutely recommend picking this one up. I love the film. I'd love to know your thoughts on it, whether it was this one, the two sequels, or the remake, whatever. I want to know your thoughts on The Bad News Bears. Let me know in the comment box below. If you hit that like button, it's a home run for the Bears. We all want that. There's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff, and if you want to join the Patreon or the membership program, that really helps this channel, and I can't thank you enough for even considering it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Man v Film.